A warm welcome to everybody. Thanks for tuning in here. This morning, it is exactly 9 a.m. and this is the opening bell. I'm Ashley Reeve here, guys. Before we get started, please remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. Well, once again, we are back with another one. It's Tuesday, the 24th of February. And as always, guys, we always tell you that we steamroll through many of the months. We are actually past Feb already, and we're approaching March for 2026. Now, let's start it off with China being officially back in the market after the Lunar Year holiday. Obviously, we now know that it's brought fresh activity. Into the market, as particularly into metals and global markets. At the same time, obviously, from a market's perspective, they are reacting, or at least the market is reacting to the ongoing U.S. tariff uncertainty and the rising geopolitical tensions that we see around the world. Now, as a sign here, copper actually moved up 2% towards $5.90 per pound. Chinese traders returned after the holiday. A lot of optimism grew after the U.S. Supreme Court blocked some of President Trump's tariffs, and China may face lower average tariffs on metal-heavy exports. The dollar strengthened a little bit. We're at the 97.8 level. And this is very, very interesting because we saw a bit of a weaker dollar a couple of days ago. And so President Trump threatened to raise global tariffs to 10%, between 10 and 15, from 10% to 15%. And we're seeing the trade policy, really uncertain, and it remains really high. Markets are obviously watching the US-Iran talks as well. Look at Euro USD here, for instance. Beautiful sell-off here that should still be coming. Many guys are not seeing it, but there could be a beautiful push here to the downside. A lot of people are into the euro going up completely. Yes, there's a movement towards it when you look at it from a weekly perspective, but we're actually looking at a correction at this point in time now, and we're following that on the 4-hour, 6-hour, and 8-hour chart. All right, even the 12-hour looks fantastic. You can see there's quite a bit of divergence right there. That's a resistance that's kicked in. But then on this side over here, we're seeing something totally different. All right. So at this point in time, this is actually a resistance, and we attempting to trade that resistance to the downside. All right. Just on a shorter time frame. That's it. There's no indication that price is going to drop all the way down here. We're only looking to trade it roughly back to this areas around 1.16, 1.15. So we're seeing with China coming back in, it's affecting, some of the majors, which is what we're looking at. The NZD USD exactly the same, also looking for some downside here. We're seeing quite a bit of, resistance also creep in, and we are looking for price to come down perhaps another time or so. We're just looking for some more follow through to push it down, and then obviously resuming this at some point. You know that the New Zealand dollar also has a lot of factors like the interest rate that they're dealing with right now. And obviously with the dollar strengthening, they're getting that pressure as well. All right, maybe a bit more specific. The lower expectations of the early rate hikes from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is putting a lot of pressure on the Kiwi. And so it does remain vulnerable to the global risk, guys. But the rate hike expectations for September and October are actually fading at this point in time. Also on the silver price, guys, we're seeing that price has taken a bit of profit taking here. A lot of the institutions or investors took their profits. There's a lot of trade uncertainty and tension, geopolitically speaking. And we're seeing the dollar strength that's weighed on the metals. So that's important. So the short-term correction has happened. Obviously, the safe haven demand may return if those tensions, escalate. So we're still looking at the upside, absolutely, but there's some short-term profit taking both on silver and on gold as well. It fell about 1% here this morning, all right? So guys, please do not be alarmed at all when you're looking at gold at this particular point in time. It's just really short-term profit taking that's happening right now. We're still looking at long-term movement to the upside, absolutely. Check out some of the other metals as well, guys. You can look at your platinum, look at your palladium. You can look at your nickel as well. We do offer them at TD Markets, so expect around 10 o'clock for some movement over there. All right, expect some movement over there as well. From a NAS 100 perspective, correction is still taking place, moving sideways, nothing major at this point in time. We're looking at how China and their entrance into the market is going to affect it in, towards the latter part of the week and the first week of March. That's essentially where we're going. The first week of March is where we are going to see how price actually gets affected by the Chinese intervention. They are the global manufacturers. They do massive manufacturing on high levels. So they import and then they export massively. All right, so we're going to see how that goes. But for the opening bell today, major pairs are affected due to the dollar strength. Gold and silver also affected with profit taking. Short-term corrections are taking place in favor of the dollar, the US dollar at this point in time. And then obviously, guys, let's see what happens midweek. We have a trading room this afternoon at 2 o'clock, so be sure to join in there via YouTube. And then obviously, if you have not opened an account with us, we will remind you to visit www.tdmarkets.com. You can also email us at care@tdmarkets.com. Have a fantastic one. I'm Ashley Reeve, you guys, with the opening bell on Tuesday, 24th of Feb. Have a good one. Ciao, ciao.